I mean, it's that simple. I know it sounds crazy, right? I mean, here's the secret to success. Find what people want and give it to them.
Originating from deep inside the Rocky Mountains, transported through the power of the internet, and arriving inside your tiny earbuds. It's the Appraiser Coach Podcast.
Minisode.
Welcome back to the program, everybody. Dustin Harris hanging out in the podcast chair. Got an interesting question you should all be asking yourself right now. At least I think you should be asking this question coming up. First, I want to pause, remind you that we are sponsored by Synapse. What is Synapse? Well, it's a way to support your adjustments, folks. Who wouldn't want that, right? Synapse. Find out more by going to spark4appraisers.com. Again, it's spark4appraisers.com. All right, folks, let's just put it on the table. It is what it is. We are slow, right? I mean, as far as mortgage work goes, things have really slowed down. In fact, the statistics show that in the last few weeks, we've gone about 80% down from what we have been used to at the height of 2021 and 2022. And I know all of you have felt it, and it's hard. And I get out there on the interwebs and I listen to you and I see what you're talking about on Facebook, and I get it, folks. I get it. And I understand that you're hurting, and I understand that you are desiring more work. Folks, there is an answer to this. There really is. What is it, Dustin? What is it? There really is an answer to this. And it's a challenge. I understand, right? Folks, we're talking about your livelihood here. We're talking about how you are going to pay your bills. And in all seriousness, and let me just slow down for a second and just pause to acknowledge that there are a lot of you that are dealing with a lot of fear right now. You look out and you got used to a certain lifestyle, certain mindsets, certain financial goals and habits. I mean, let's just put it on the table during 2021, 2022. And I hate to be insensitive. I don't mean to be, but folks, it was not hard to make a living in 2021, 2022. It wasn't. I thought about creating a meme, and on one side, it would be, this crazy appraiser who, phone calls are coming in. I can't keep up with all the volume. And then on the second side, and label it 2020, 2021, right? And on the second side, label it 2023 and put, where's all the work? With a fax machine in the back, right? Dead. I get it, folks, and it's hard. And in all seriousness, it's fearful, right? It's a challenge because you don't know where the next money is coming from. But I really do have a solution, and it is not just a philosophical solution. It is reality. I can't wait to share that with you. But first, I want to pause and remind you that we are sponsored by a great company called Synapse. What is Synapse, folks? Think about it this way. If you were to stand before your state board, if you were to be there and presenting your appraisal, and they're challenging you, and they ask you, where did this adjustment come from? Where did that adjustment come from? I want you to ask yourself a real question. Answer me this. What would your answer be? If it were to be something similar to this, well, that's what worked for the market, or that's the way I've always done it. Folks, you need Synapse. Check out Synapse by going to their website. It is spark4appraisers.com. Again, it is spark4appraisers.com. All right, folks, welcome back to the program. Dustin Harris hanging out in the podcast chair. We are talking about there's one question that you need to be asking yourself right now. And I promise you, this will make all the difference in the world. Before I give you that one question, I want to share with you something that has always stuck with me. And I'll probably get the quote wrong. I didn't look it up before we started the episode today. So I apologize, and I don't even know for sure who it came from. I think it's Jim Rohn. That's who I'm going to attribute it to. Now, if he didn't say it, he repeated it. There's many great speakers out there, many great marketers out there, many great self-improvement gurus out there that I've listened to over the years. So sometimes I get them all jumbled up, get them all mixed up in my head. But I think it was Jim Rohn who basically said, if you want to be successful, find what people want and give it to them. I mean, it's that simple. I know it sounds crazy, right? I mean, here's the secret to success. Find what people want and give it to them. And it doesn't matter if you're talking about goods or if you're talking about services. The answer is still the same, right? Find what people want. If they want iPhones, provide iPhones, right? If they want bread, provide bread. If they want an appraisal, provide an appraisal. Now, I know some of you are saying, well, Dustin, who wants an appraisal? Nobody wants an appraisal. Well, I mean, I would disagree. There are some people out there who want an appraisal. Think about the homeowner who wants to know what the value of their home is, more or less because they're just curious, right? They want an appraisal. Now, I understand most people need an appraisal as part of a bigger process, right? They're going through a divorce. They meet with their attorney. Their attorney says, hey, you need to get an appraisal. Great. So that's a need, not necessarily a want, but it still fits into this notion that find out what people want, and I'm going to add or need and provide it to them, right? If they're in an estate situation, they might need to know what the value of their home is so that they can divide it appropriately through the beneficiaries, or they might have to sell, right? So again, they want to know what the value of their home is. Homeowners, for sale by owners, even people who are going through the real estate office sometimes want to know, hey, what is the best price that I can get for my home? And appraisal is going to help with that. And of course, a lot of us do mortgage work. It's part of a bigger process, right? It's part of a process of making sure that they have the paperwork, making sure that the risk evaluation is there, making sure that all the T's are crossed, all the I's are dotted, as you will. Right? These things are super important, but these are things that either people want or need, and then provide it. Okay. Now, I know some of you are saying, well, Dustin, I've been doing that for a very long time. That's not helpful to me. It's not helpful to me because volume's down. I did 90% mortgage work, and mortgage work is down 80%. So I'm screwed. Well, folks, I promise you're not screwed. But there is a question that you should be asking yourself. The one question that you should be asking yourself is this. Are you ready? You got a piece of paper and a pencil? You want to write this down? This is super important, right? The only question that you should be asking right now is, why would my potential clients come to me over my competition? Let me repeat it for you once again. Why would my potential clients come to me versus my competitor? That's it. Now, I know some of you are saying, well, Dustin, that's not very fair question. Have you ever worked for an AMC? It's just in this big rotation. Really? I would challenge you on that, folks. If that's the kind of AMC that you're working for, I would encourage you to get other clients. I can't afford to get other clients. Dustin, I don't have enough with the clients that I have. I can't get rid of anybody right now. Okay. I mean, I get it. And I'm not making fun of that. That's something you need to consider right now, right? Maybe you do need to work with some more B- clients. Okay, fine. I'm fine with that. But don't be working for the Y clients. There's still Y clients out there. And if the Y client is simply the rotation client, maybe they can be off in this side, right? Off on the peripheral. But your main set of clients needs to be people who understand your value. Now, I want to make it very clear what value is in the appraisal process. I've consistently said that the ways to get business are to answer two things, right? Number one, be known. And number two, be known as the expert. What does that mean? Well, you need to be known. People need to know your name. They need to know you're out there. They need to know your services, whether that be on the interwebs or whether that be in person. They need to know who you are. More importantly, not more importantly, but as importantly, they need to not only know you, but they need to know about you and trust you. Now, there's many ways to build trust. But what you want to be is that go-to appraiser. When somebody needs or wants an appraisal, you're the one that they think about. You're the one that they find on Google. You're the one that fill in the blank. Okay. Now, if you're working with AMCs, or you're working with direct clients, if you're working with private clients, this is all the same, folks. Trust me when I say this. Even AMCs have human beings that work in the AMC and that find that this kind of thing is important. The question is, why would they come to you versus your competition? If you can answer that question, you're going to get business. Now, I know some of you are saying, well, Dustin, no, all that means is lower fees. They're going to come to me because I have the lowest fees. Again, if you're working for those kind of clients, I would highly recommend that you consider maybe finding some other clients. Because I promise you, folks, there are clients out there who really do appreciate your value. Now, I will go so far as to say it may not be in your report. Okay, now it may be in the inner workings of your report, right? Your value conclusions, your support for those value conclusions, Synapse, right? We mentioned that earlier, some of the great tools that Synapse can help to bolster your appraisal report. But I promise you, folks, it's not in drawing interior walls. It's not in putting little cars inside the garage so that you can, see how many car garage it is. It's not in drawing the commodes and the sinks on your sketch. Folks, it's not in taking 4 pictures of every room, right? Somehow that's going to give you a better quality report than your competitors. I promise you, folks, that is not going to make a bit of difference to your client. What's going to make a difference most likely is your speed and your quality. And by quality, I mean revision requests. That you pay attention to the things that they need you to do, that you quality control check your reports, right? But that you really, if you are accomplishing those things, I promise you, the biggest answer to this question that's going to get you more work, why would they go to you instead of your competition, is going to be your speed, right? How effectively, how efficiently can you get that out the door without cutting corners? And that's a big, big, big emphasis, right? Because anytime I talk about speed, everybody's like, well, lower quality work, you're cutting corners, you're scraping the bottom of the barrel. There's no way you can do that without cutting. Folks, trust me, I've been doing this for 12 plus years as a coach, showing people how to keep the quality of their reports high, right? And be able to do it quickly. And I'm talking 24, 48 hours, folks. It's very, very possible. How is it that you're going to get more business in a down economy? You need to answer the question, why would they go to you versus your competition? Thank you for joining me today, folks. We will catch you next time.
You've been listening to the Appraiser Coach podcast with Dustin Harris. If you like what you hear, please give us a 5-star rating and post a short review on iTunes. For more in-depth insider information on how you can make more money as a real estate appraiser, visit theappraisercoach.com and sign up for the All-Star team today. Thanks for joining us. And now, get out there and create some value.